need of more funding? Overwhelmed by the search of potential funders and not seeing the results you would like? I am Michelle Rollins, veteran, military spouse, a grant writer, expert, and fundraising professional. I have transformed ideas to real-life transformations at many nonprofits and businesses. Let me transform your ideas to a whole new level. Reach out today for a consultation. Find me at Michelle Rollins, LinkedIn and Facebook, and at Michelle Rollins Grants on YouTube. Welcome to Grant Writing with Michelle. You are on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM, and this is powered by Mike King Biz Media, and I'm your host, Michelle Rollins. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we have a segment called Why Community Engagement Matters, and I have a great guest here. He's with our Chesterfield County finest of Chesterfield County Police Department. His name is Officer Eckridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for coming here today
Thanks
and being
for
my
having me.
guest.
I appreciate that.
Yes, it's been a while. We were just reminiscing before the show. It's been a while. We all survived COVID. And you are with our Community Engagement Department. You are a veteran. You've been with Chesterfield a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about what community engagement does for Chesterfield Police.
You have to think about Chesterfield County is big. It's about 440 square miles. We have about 380 or so thousand citizens currently. And we have a little over 500 police officers. So if you look at it that way, we're out there, we're serving, we're protecting, we're doing everything we can for the community. But there's just not that many of us. And we need that partnership. We need that bond with the community. They have to be able to trust us and come to us and feel comfortable coming to us with their concerns, with their needs, with their problems, so that we can enhance the quality of life for everybody.
Yes.
And community engagement, the unit I'm with, we kind of foster that outreach.
And how so?
We do, well, me personally, I'm in charge of our watch programs. I'm in charge of our business watch, our neighborhood watch, and our worship watch. And what those are is amongst those different communities, we have mailing lists. We keep up on crime trends if things are going out there. I'll email special events that are coming up in the community that may be of interest to those watch programs. I also run our National Night Out program, which is very successful. We're very proud of that. We're in the 300,000 plus category, which is category 1. So we're going up against Minneapolis, Los Angeles, El Paso. We're going up against some heavy hitters. And since I've been in the unit, we've always finished in the top 10.
Wow. So when you say the National Night Out, are you in charge of all of the National Out rights in Chesterfield, all of the different sites that they're having a National Out in the neighborhoods?
What I do is I register the individual parties. And my job is to make sure they're all listed, they're all accounted for, make sure that an officer comes and visits them, maybe brings McGruff, assigning the routes to the officers, helping special guests or dignitaries get assigned to parties and things of that nature.
Does that include the partnerships at these? Because I've been to a lot of Chesterfield County's National Night Outs for several years, and there's a lot of partnerships. I've seen Chesterfield Parks and Rec there. So do you partner with a lot of those different organizations, especially that are within the county, to come in and bring activities for the patrons or the county residents?
Yes, ma'am. I coordinate with the, for example, the director of the Bensley Recreation Center, directly of Ettrick Rec Center, Stonebridge Rec is another one of ours, and they kind of cater more towards the senior population. So I work with them and making sure that their needs are met and that they have the guests that they need and things of that nature running through. But I coordinate with fire, send invitations to the fire chief, Parks and Rec. I kind of bring everybody together.
You're the connecting piece. And now you see, audience, why he's on my show. Because like with what I do, I collaborate, partner, and partnerships matter. Engagement matters with law enforcement, especially in all localities. It's really important to have that. So what you're saying, so many know, the fire department is not competing with the police department. You're coming together, collaborating on these special events to bring the county residents together.
Exactly.
To improve their lives, to show that we are together in all that we do. We want to help you. This is what we do. We want people to know, we are friendly. We want to help you.
Yes.
We don't want to stand back and let you know we're not here to help you, because you are. As you said, you have 500 police officers and you have a lot more residents in the county, which that's crazy. But I know that you guys work a lot of hours and overtime, and events are during not so, they're not 9 to 5 o'clock. They are in the evening a lot after the families get off work. These events are taking place. Now, how do you communicate these events to the county residents?
We'll have most of the events that we get, that we attend are directed to us.
Okay.
So what will happen is we'll get a request. For example, next Saturday, the 19th, I'm doing an event where they want an officer to come out and have a table, interact with the public, show the police car off, give stickers to the kids. The fun part of the job.
Yes. And you had that fun part. Now you're leading, but you had that fun part. And we got to let everybody know. So it's been a while since I've seen this man. He helped with a military event for Fort Greg Adams. It was Fort Lee at the time. I think it was 2016, 2017.
Yeah, I was fairly new to the unit.
So I did exactly what he's doing. I connected people, different businesses, organizations, the fire department, and you came out being Mr. Friendly with the car, and you gave everybody stickers, and you left them touch the car, see what's in it, see the cool stuff on your uniform. We still have pictures that I think I still have up on my social media.
Oh, wow. I can't
yes,
you gotta
look. So I see just the spark of the families. I mean, they still talk about that. We still talk to a lot of the families till today. We all made it through COVID, so everybody still talks about the cool events. And those kids are now preteens. I mean, I remember when he was tiny and you were at that event, and you were those kids just loved it. They couldn't get enough of you and the police car and then the fire department, and then all the other businesses that came together to help improve the lives of our military that day. And it was in Chesterfield County at a local school. And again, it shows how collaboration and community engagement is so important. And that's what you're doing still, but now you're leading it. So
I'm still involved.
So you're still going on boots on the ground?
It's like the event I was telling you about, the 19th. I'm going to be there.
Oh, wow.
I'm setting up a table. And then one of the other things that we'll do sometimes is I just did one today. We'll go and speak for like at businesses or church groups. I did a senior citizen safety presentation this morning for a church group.
Oh, wow.
So we have our fingers in a lot of pies.
Yes.
It's not just community engagement is this.
Yes. Well, what do you talk about with the older citizens of Chesterfield? What do you guys, what do you kind of go over programs or outreach with them on?
The one I did today was about personal safety. Okay. And we did a segment on scams and frauds, because those are getting really bad.
And you guys do a really good job of communicating that, because I've heard it. I've seen it on social media. You guys communicate it very well, effectively within the department. You let people know when there's scams. I've seen it on there, and I'm like, that's great, because they're bringing it up. They're sharing it with the public, so nobody else will be a victim of these things happening. Yeah, which is great.
That's one thing that I like about Chesterfield Department is we try to be proactive. We don't want to be just reactive. We're fortunate in our county that we have the resources to be able to do that. We have a great social media team that really cares to get the information out there. We coordinate with each other. It's like I'll send as I was saying before, I'll send the crime trends out to my businesses and to my neighborhood saying, hey, this is going on, watch out for this. And I'll encourage them to send it to your family, send it to your friends, get the word out there.
And that seems to be effective as far as them all coming together, appreciating the information that you're sharing with them about whatever it may be.
Very much so.
Okay, awesome. Now, as far as for outreach and community engagement, not only do you help citizens, but obviously you go to a children's events and you help with different things. Do you also, besides, I'm familiar with the SROs and such, and the participation of the schools, of who's in the schools, but do you also do the community engagement within the other activities that have to do with the schools, or just the SROs?
It's pretty much our SROs that deal with the schools.
Okay.
Now the SROs do double duties. There is a tiny bit of crossover. A lot of our SROs during the summer when school was out, they'll kind of transfer over and work with the Police Activities League to kind of run the summer programs for the kids. And sometimes my unit will be tasked or will volunteer to work with those same activities and those same officers. So there's a little bit of bleed over, but primarily if it's a school-related event or something like that, our SROs are the ones that are.
Did you help with any events this summer with that particular program happening for the children?
I worked Star Wars Day. It happened on May 4th. They had it at one of our local libraries. They had folks in costumes. They did raffles. They had reading days for the kids. They did a costume contest. And it was exactly, that's why it's that day. And that's why, so I went and participated with that and helped out and talked to the attendees and spent some time just kind of mingling and hanging out with the kids. So it was a good day.
So it was a partnership or a collaboration with our Chesterfield County Public Libraries, which is a big one because now we have more libraries that have kind of been built up or they've kind of made improvements on the buildings. And there's always something amazing happening because even though I don't live in the county anymore, I do see in the booklets there's a lot of different programs. And I have seen Chesterfield kind of in the books where they're trying to bring engagement within the different, with fire department and you guys. So I think it's really awesome that you jumped in on such an amazing day because that day is, everybody knows about May the 4th be with you, even the schools, the teachers, the parents. I think everybody jumps in on that day. And then I know the outreach programs in the summer with the children, like you said, it's a little separate, but you jump in where you're needed because you are a police officer and part of your job and mission is to jump in where you're needed. And community engagement, it means, engaging all the different generations, all the different age groups, which also means the kids. And I know Chesterfield, even though you're not in this department a little bit, I know they've really been trying to engage the kids because it's amazing just the partnerships with some of the retired NFL coaches. I know my youngest son participated this summer and that was an amazing motivating mindset camp. It was all day because it was really far away from me, but we made sure he went there and he attended and all the police officers that attended helping with the outreach with the kiddos. And then they just did something at the Chesterfield County Airport this past, I think it was last week. Was it last weekend?
It was either last weekend or weekend before, the movie night.
Yes, that looked pretty cool to have a movie night and then have the planes. And if you don't know much about Chesterfield County Airport, there is a restaurant there. I believe it's King's Corner. It's just recently repurchased and has new owners. Love that place. They've done great things in the past with our military and our police and just overall our county residents. So, I have to give a shout out to that whole airport because they really tried to bring everybody together. And the fact they brought Chesterfield on board for that was pretty cool. Who doesn't want to be in a plane? Or have the kids come out, watch a movie on the airstrip.
And I know for a fact that's the second one because we did one a couple months ago that I was actually at. And myself and Corporal Barnt, who runs the PAL program, him and I worked all night and we made popcorn for the attendees.
Oh, fine.
So we were handing that out and, taking donations and everything.
And did people love it?
Oh, they thought it was great.
Yeah, it is really cool.
They thought it was great.
Again, you're getting location and then you're getting a bunch of folks like yourself that are servant leaders that really want to jump in and just help wherever you can. And like you said, you're a police officer, but you're giving out popcorn. So that says a lot.
Yeah, it's important, I think, for folks to see past the uniform.
Yes.
You and I were talking out in the hallway, kind of catching up on some things. It's, yes, I'm an officer. Yes, it's my job to enforce the law, but I go home, I take this off. I'm a county resident too.
Yes.
So I know how important it is to have a police department that you can count on as a community partner, as a trustworthy partner that you can have that relationship with, that the level of service you're going to get, the professionalism you're going to get, the empathy that you're going to get. So that is I was talking to a group not too long ago, and it's funny because the bond that we have with our community, I think Chesterfield Police has a very strong bond, but it's also a very fragile bond because all it takes is maybe one bad interaction.
Yes, agreed. I think that's how it is with what I do with being a strategic fundraising professional grant writer. First impressions matter. And then building those relationships up, as you know, with what you do, you have to continue building those bonds, not only with the ones that you're serving, like they're your customers, like you're their residents, but also within the businesses that are providing that service, that are coming in and saying, I want to jump in, I want to help out. But you got to continue to foster those relationships. You can't just say, I just need this right now.
Yeah, no, you
wanna
can't rest on your
build that.
laurels. You have to build it.
And as a
It's an
police
ongoing
officer, it's
process.
important. Yeah, and you're in a position where that relationship really matters a lot, because it's not about you; it's about that uniform,
Mhm.
and it's about what you represent, and you want that to continue going for many years, decades later, not
Absolutely.
just today.
Absolutely.
So are you able to mention a couple different county partnerships or collaborations that you've done this year that have benefited the ones that you're serving in the county? Are you able to mention any or no? I won't put you on the spot. If you can't, it's okay.
I want to say that the biggest one, and it always comes back to this,
Mhm.
as the biggest night in the county comes back to our National Night Out.
Yes, well, that's
Because
a big one. I've been to those.
I'm still getting feedback from those,
Mhm.
and I've had folks. I'm actually working on a partnership with the neighborhood now. That this was the first year they participated in National Night Out,
Oh, wow.
and they've reached out to me since then.
Mhm.
And I spoke with them last month, and I'm spoken with them next month, just as a community partner to go do an hour talk on
Right.
personal safety. Go do an hour talk on senior resources. Go do an hour talk on this topic or that topic or whatever they're interested in at the time.
Yeah.
So that kind of filters a lot of stuff in.
But that's important
we're
because you're
actually-
fostering that.
Yes.
And then by the time that you're moving into that event, it's like everything's there. They know what to expect.
Mhm.
And then also they're excited because you've already kind of filled in some of the pieces they didn't know about. And they're just excited to have this on board and maybe go from last year to this year and see a huge growth out of
Yes.
it. And then you mentioned a National Night Out, and Chesterfield really does a fantastic job. I mean, Bensley,
Thank you.
for instance, has
Mhm.
always been a rocking spot. I don't even live in the Bensley area. For years, I've attended with other police families.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that is a happening spot. Everybody comes out, lays in with community partnerships,
Mhm.
and the fun, just the not only, and I gotta also mention Chesterfield Sheriff's Department, because it's not only Chesterfield County Police, but it's the fire departments, the Sheriff's Department, all comes out ready to hand out balloons, ready to just put on a happy face and be
Mhm.
there for the residents. Because at that day, everybody comes together. It's not one over here at the jail. It's not one over here in the police car doing the roads. It's not the fire department at the firehouse.
Mhm.
Everybody comes together as one. And that really is what community engagement
Mhm.
is about. And it
And
shows team.
you actually made me think when you mentioned some of those partners. We'll do other things like we have coming up in a few Saturdays on October 26th. We're doing a drug take back.
I think that's okay.
And we partner with the sheriff's office, comes out and helps us, and our community emergency response team sends volunteers.
I think I've seen it on social media because you guys do a really nice take. I always see the updates.
Mhm.
And you used to collaborate with other businesses like banks and stuff in the area back in the day. Maybe not now, but back 10 years ago you did.
Mhm.
And I don't want to mention it now because that could be incorrect. But again, it's coming back and doing those things to engage your community to help it make it better and improve it.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, I could talk all day. You could talk. And I think this would be a great conversation to keep going, but we're at our end of our segment. So if you have a final thought to tell the audience out there, about community engagement, what would it be?
First of all, I want to say thank you to our community.
Mm.
We can't do this job without them.
Right.
It's a special bond that we have, and we appreciate it very much.
Oh, that's
and
great.
We want to foster it. We want to keep it going. We want to engage with our community and be there for them. It's the whole reason we get up and put this uniform on every morning is to serve our community, and we take that as a privilege to be able to do that. So, I just want to thank our communities for letting us do that for them and engaging in that partnership with us and allowing us to do that.
So now you see why he's here and why he's why he's in the community engagement department, folks, because he is all about showing appreciation, gratitude, and giving it back. And it is about giving it back, about really serving. And you are wearing that uniform, sir, because you're about giving back. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for all of your time and service in the Chesterfield County Police Department. Continue doing good things. Continue to discuss more, because I could see this definitely be more. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening here today on Grant Writing with Michelle. Stay tuned for next week for another great episode. Thanks. Are you